By the way, we have HLN's own Dr. Drew on the phone with us. Dr. Drew, thanks for joining us. And Dr. Drew, what's your take on this? The jury coming in 10 hours, just about 30 minutes away from the time it took the Casey Anthony jury to decide her fate.
Yeah, and that was sort of a shocking outcome, and I have to wonder if we're going to be shocked again here. They certainly seem elated out in front of the courthouse, but we still, really, no one has any idea which way this is going to go. You and I have both been talking to experts for days who are telling us that there could well be, at least disagreement amongst these jurors. And the fact is, remember, they're not trying to just make the case that this man was egregious in the quality of the care he delivered, that he was guilty of actually manslaughter. And that's a hard line to step over. And if the defense has given them sufficient pause, there may be at least one or two people on that jury that really clings to the defense's theory. So it's going to be an interesting, very interesting afternoon.
And Drew, what do you make of the 5 people on that jury who in one way or another have had families and lives touched by addiction? The defense has spent a lot of time trying to make this case about addiction. How do you think that might play out in that jury?
Again, if I only knew to what extent, what quality of experience they had, because that could cut both ways. On one position, family members sometimes are angry and blame the addict for their condition and may buy the defense's theory. On the other hand, if they've had a family member and successfully in recovery, they'll understand that the disease really isn't their fault and that the caretakers are the ones that are responsible to embrace them and get them into the recovery process rather than enable them and, in this case, contribute to their demise. So, again, that's something that could cut both ways as well. I think mostly these jurors are going to be happy to get out of there. I think that's the main thing, like every long, lengthy trial like this. But I have no doubt we will hear from them as well.
Well, they have a lot on their minds. We can never know what they're going to decide, but we're going to know in just a little bit over an hour. The jury will be in that courtroom. The verdict will be announced. Keep it right here on HLN.